Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I've got some trap trigger stuff going on today. This was a prior piece to my trap, and the engine is a limb hanging above us with a piece of this rope that I found when I was cleaning up the creek a while back and some braided line on it. The way this is going to work is roughly, let me show you a piece like this. This piece goes into the ground. This one's not going to be long enough. It's got to be pretty long in order to hold the tension. This one has broken off. This isn't my normal trap making place. So I'll find me a spot when I pull down what roughly is going to be plumb with the tree above it. So we're going to say right about here. And this piece would go into the ground like this. And that's not going to be deep enough to take the pull from the limb, but I need something roughly this shape. And this was considerably longer, and I drove it down in there. Or I can do something like, let's see, I don't know if I'll be able to though, just to try to split one of these little pieces of wood real fast. Okay, so it's just a piece that I've had laying back there. And I'm just going to carve it to roughly have one straight stick to it. So just be the piece that I drive into the ground. And I'll go and I'll clean the top up a little bit. My buddy Mr. Gibson says make it friendly. So we made the top friendly. Then I will get out my trusty old Swiss Army knife. I'm going to use the awl on this piece. And I'll get one side that's fairly flat. And I'll just get about in the middle. Go slow, because sometimes you can bust this stuff if you're not careful. It's been laid outside for a long time, getting rained on. It may not split. It's not as dry as some of the other stuff with it being on the ground. So what I'm doing with this piece is I am making I'll take another just random piece of wood that's laid out here. I'll just be reaching this like that. Then I'll just put a flat bottom on it, so it's kind of flat. And then this one I chose because it's tapered. It'll focus. Why won't you focus? It's just kind of tapered. Gonna check the fit here in this piece. It's a little big still, and I don't want to just pound it in there. I could get it pretty close and just beat it, but I bet that piece will bust, and it still might bust with us doing this, but we're gonna see. I'll get it close. And I'm trying to keep the flat piece to the bottom. So essentially just made like a T. But I'm not going to keep the back of it. I'm going to trim that off short, because when you're goofing around with trap triggers, they need to be pretty tight, and something floppy like that on the back could give it something to catch on. Not careful. Rooster, you better stop it. So this is what we ended up with. And I'm gonna get it down in the ground like that. Now, you can see a split starting up this backside right here. But that's not that big a deal right now. We'll make this little stick. It's just a piece of black walnut. Actually, I could go thinner than that if I had one right here close, but it's got to be pretty rigid. Probably this stick right here will do. I was gonna cut it out of this, but it takes some goofing around to get these last pieces close to being correct. But what I like to do is I'll find me one of these, or I'll just make one with this guy. So either one of these shavings, and I'll take it and just carve me one. Just something to get a little bit thicker. Man, this stuff's hard to keep on the camera. I'm sorry, guys. There. That one's pretty thick. This one's pretty thick. But what I'll do is I'll take this and put it here. I'll take my limb need to go a little shorter with this one. And I get close to as close as I can to the piece that's stuck into the ground. So, all right, I'm going to take you out of the tripod so you get you closer to this. So, I just left you in the tripod, but I just spun it around. Okay. So, what we have is that pretty good? That's a good view. So you can see where my stub is starting to split, but it goes from the cord. So here's the end of my string. Way over here, this guy. The cord goes up. It's tied to this stick here. The knot is under the cross piece there. And from there it goes to my heavier string and up into the tree. And what happens is, I would use this on, like, if I was just playing with some limb lines or fishing from the bank, like just a few trout line pieces. I would set this so that way if something tugs on this, it snatches the cord up. And then it's really easy to set. Sorry guys, I'm trying to figure out how to. So here's another look at the string. And I just come under this. And prop it up on my stick again. And then you could either have a predetermined loop somewhere on here that you just put this through the loop, or I like to just circle it a couple times. Get it down towards the bottom. And then whenever it pulls away, ready? It's fast. So we basically carved all of this, or I did. There was some, I could have used some stuff. Could have found something. Could have found things with relatively this shape. You know, this would have worked for that. And then, you know, any small stick, could have carved this guy for this piece. But pretty simple what can be done with some string, a little curl, a little piece of wood, a Swiss Army knife, and a fixed blade. Pretty fun. I just thought I would share with you guys. All right, thanks for the support. Later.